Biggest K-pop album first week streams on Spotify. Face ranks number 10 in its 13th consecutive week on Billboard World Albums chart. It is now the third longest charting album by a K-soloist in the top 10. The debut EP also remains as the longest charting for any Asian solo album this 2023 and the fifth longest charting for any K-solo album all time. Jimin now has an official profile page on Billboard's website, This Is Crazy, with debut song for the first time debut number 1 Hot 100. If we say Jimin biggest and most successful K-pop soloist, some people will be mad. Actually Jimin have 7 songs number 1 Hot 100. Jimin really next BTS. Like Crazy ranks number 22 in its 13th week on Billboard Peru Songs, extending its record as the longest charting song by an Asian act in chart history. Upon debut, Like Crazy also set the record for the highest charting song by an Asian act at number 3. Face ranks number 2 on the Oricon Western Album chart for the first half of 2023. Jimin is the highest charting soloist on the list. Dior Global Ambassador Jimin was the second biggest influencer during Paris Men's Fashion Week's 24 despite not being in attendance. He generated a $5.6 million EMV, earned media value, with a single post of his invitation to the @Dior fashion show, and that's on Jimin's impact. This is a Jimin brand marketing platform. Lefty reported on Paris Men's Fashion Week. Number 1 Jimin was by far the biggest influencer. Number 2 Jimin's Instagram posts for Dior created $17 million EMV, or 54% of Dior's total, and number 3 Dior's EMV increased by 370%, was more than twice its nearest competitor. Jimin extends his record for the longest charting song by a K-act in Billboard Peru Songs history with Like Crazy, 13 weeks. Earlier, the song debuted number 3 on the chart, the highest for any K-act. He also holds the record for the most of songs by a K-act on the chart, just 5 famous number 1 Hot 100 in 2023 songs and Jimin Like Crazy being there. Every time a new song goes number 1 this year, Like Crazy will always be there. It's done. It's in the history books now. Jimin's number 1 will always be iconic. He made history and whole South Korea reported his achievement. Nothing will ever take away the fact he already got that number 1. He is the most successful K-pop soloist and will always remain as that, even if people want to bring him down. Happy #Social Media Day shared to celebrate. #Social listening tool to share the top 10 most mentioned artists across social for the month of June, and Jimin ranked as the most mentioned individual artist worldwide on social media for the month of June according to NetBase Quid. He ranked second, overall, highest after BTS as a group. Like Crazy charts at number 3 on this week's Billboard Vietnam Hot 100. The song extends its record as the longest charting song by a K-pop soloist inside the top 10 on the Billboard's Vietnam Hot 100 chart, 12 weeks. Face is now the fastest album by a Korean and non-Western-based Asian soloist to achieve 700 million streams on Spotify. It is also the fastest debut album by a Korean act to reach this mark in history, 99 days. Jimin with 2 songs charting inside top 10 Vietnam Billboard Hot 100, he already sets the record of longest charting songs by K-pop in top 10, 12 weeks, in this chart with Like Crazy. And latest news. Like Crazy by Jimin has now broken its tie with Angel Point 1 and becomes the third longest charting song by a K-pop soloist on Spotify US. And it's now charting for 36 days. And Jimin is now the K-pop act with the second most monthly listeners on Pandora, surpassing BTS. Jimin had the shortest promo time after his album release. But still the most stable on the charts. All he needed was just his impact and good music. Like Crazy is still a hit, even his company is afraid of what he can achieve if they gives him the support he deserves.